Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good everything. How are my friends doing? We're here, we're present, and it's a wonderful new day, right? So, I've been out and off making these videos and stuff for the past, I don't know, months, 4 months or more or less, I don't remember. And so many things happen in the way. Great things, strong things, uh, mobilizing situations that grabbed me from where I was and took me to a new place. Um, I was writing this morning my morning pages, doing my morning pages, and I remembered when I used to make these videos and I used to talk to you guys, and this feeling of wellness and like friendship, a weird type of friendship came to me, and I was like, oh, I miss this. I should make a video or something to let my friends know that I'm fine, I'm alright, I'm alive. Nothing bad happened. But yeah, like so many things happened and I couldn't be present. It's not that I couldn't be present, I could have been present for making these videos, but I just didn't want to. I, I just didn't want to, you know? Nobody's paying me for making these videos, I'm not making money from these videos. It's not my job, it's not, you know, it was not a priority back then. And I was like, okay, let's do it again. So, a recap from what happened basically, so many things. I moved out from my apartment that I was staying at in California, and I moved to like temporarily to some friend's house, and I was staying in like like not hotels but like motels or like Airbnbs and stuff. And yes, I was like kind of like in the in between versions of myself and moments, you know. So I moved out from California, I moved out from the US, and I came back to my country by myself. Not that something awful happened to me. It was a decision that it was hard to make, but I ended up making it. Um, Although I was struggling and it was not the easiest to be in a foreign country, and not because of the language or not because of the culture, but because of the present. And it was so hard. It was so hard to make the decision. I made the decision in January, and I ended up moving like a couple months after. And it was hard to say goodbye to my friends. It was hard to say goodbye to everything that I had built and everything that I created. The version of myself that I created in my mind that I was working out, or it was go like moving towards that, and and yeah. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, let's see how I can be better. How can I feel better, and how can I do better too in my life? With my Saturn's return, as I mentioned in some of the last videos, and I knew that there was something gonna happen, and there was something that was gonna change my life and make a before and after from being a young adult to not so young adult, but still young. Um, I had so many insights of what life should look like or what I want for my life as I grow older, as I grow more mature, as the innocence, and the naiveness rubs off, and I become this, like an older guy, basically. Um, so one of the biggest insights that I had, it was that I want to be in a context that supports me, that loves me and takes care of me, but not because someone has to do that. It's because I need to feel safe, and I need to feel that, I don't know, that I'm in my place, that I have my rights, that I have my family, that at the end of the day, blood drives, blood connects, and family is gonna be there forever, Um, so again, there was nothing particular for me to be like, okay, you need to move out now, but it was the context, and I don't want to speak about context, but everybody knows, if you know, you know. So I came back to Argentina. It was not easy. It was not easy because I had to kind of like start over, and reconnect with my friends, reconnect with my routine, reconnect with my house, reconnect with my habits, and reconnect with the purpose of where I want to go, what I want to do. Um, something. So, and also that the difference on the system, Excuse me. I got used to live in the US and have a specific system and a way to work, a way to move myself around, that when I came here, I found out, I already knew it, but I remembered how it is here and how different things are, and it kind of like the system is different, the rules of the game are different, and sorry, it's my washer, it's spinning, and yeah, I'm not I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Not nervous. I'm moving forward. There are new things coming for me. Um, that they are going in different ways. And not from another insight that I had, that it was okay. I love being creative, and I've always been creative. And all my 20s, that I was like traveling around the world, and and taking care of myself and putting myself in different situations and stuff and work, they always had to do with something creative, because there was something that I was creating, um, or and I was like finding gigs and jobs all the time, but there were like projects that they were like start and end, and then again and again and again and again, and I was so invested in making music and creating paintings and creating objects, and I was tufting rugs and stuff. And one insight that I had here while I was here, through my morning pages again, I highly recommend you to do morning pages, at least one. But there's this conversation that happens between you and yourself, that you really speak to yourself. And through my morning pages and the process of making them, because I have like all my notebooks, some of them all like filled up with writings, and this new one that I'm almost halfway. it was that I love creating stuff, and I love the sensitivity of bringing something from heaven, or from the galaxy or wherever, and materialize it through me and create something. But the thing is that there was always this thing of trying to make this creation not only felt seen, but also expecting to make a profit out of it. Out of my music, out of my paintings, out of my creations, out of my writings, and out of all of that. And then it was like, dude, you're really putting the hobby into a position of work, but it's not working out yet. But the thing is, I don't like making things from and with depression, with the depression, not depression, with depression, with the pressure. There you go, with the pressure. That's a different word. I didn't want to make things with the pressure of, oh, this has to work out. This has to make money. This has to solve my life. Because I was getting frustrated with it. And I was like, I really love creating these things, but I don't want to be creating them because I need to stay on the loop. I need to stay creating. I need to stay showing to the world. I need to stay, creating and creating and creating and creating, because there's like, I don't know, I get tired. And I was like, what would happen if I get a job that pays me money for working in an environment that suits me, that I feel comfortable with, and it doesn't have to do with the arts, like so, and with my art actually. So I can make that money, I can pay my bills and stuff, and then on the free time I can create. And I thought of that idea and I was like, oh, this actually makes sense. If I have the money and the routine and the habits for making my life okay, like I have everything that I need and more, then the time that I have for myself, my free time, I can invest it in creating the things that I want to create. But not creating the things that I want to create because I want to have that security. Because arts, you guys, every day. Do. The washer. Um, I also feel like with the new technologies happening, and there's always something new to learn, new tools to use, and this FOMO of everything that is out there, and I haven't learned it yet, or I don't know how to use it. So I'm like, I feel like I'm being not left behind, because I like nobody's leaving me behind, but I'm leaving myself behind. And everybody's creating more, and all the creators out there, they are getting better and using more tools, and not only do they are making music, they're also making their videos, and they're making like and show and create and blah. So I was like, dude, like I'm getting tired of this. This is not healthy for my creative being, and life is long, so why should I burn all my cookies in the oven if I'm only gonna be eating one? You know? So, this feeling of patience and seeing life as a long journey, although life is fast. I don't know if it's short, but it's fast for sure, and it happens everything so fast all the time. And I was like, okay, let's take it slow. Let's see if we can adapt better to the system and move forward with another point of view on life. So basically this video that I wanted to make was to let you guys know that I'm okay, that I'm safe, that I'm alive, that I'm happy, that I'm well, that I'm moving forward, and I'm trusting the process. And in this process, maybe you'll resonate with this, but it's not. I always say it, it's not easy, and it doesn't have to be easy. And letting go, the art of letting go and making space for the new, it's it hurts a lot because the fear of leaving like something you know to the unknown and making that space in your life for it to reorganize and rearrange, it's it's terrifying, you know, but at the same time it feels like it's going its way. And I always say it, or I always think of it, or I always try to remind myself that as long as you follow your heart, you follow your guts, and you do well with with yourself and with the people that surround you, the outcome is going to be great. And I feel like that's something that we tend to forget all the time because the fear, because the outside world, the inner world, everything, it's fighting for its life. But it's like the patience of breathing and trusting the process, being also like objective with your life, you know. And as long as every day you wake up, you do your best, you show up for yourself, you do good, and you have a roof over your head and a plate of food and friends to talk with, you know, and a comfortable bed to rest, you got it all, you know. And the rest are arrangements, you know, the rest is decoration. So I'm excited to see how all this turns out, and what I ended up doing, what I end up being, um, and how my Saturn's return impacts on my life and gets me to my other version of myself. And yes, I'm hyped. I'm excited. So yeah, I love you guys. I'm so grateful for the feeling of companionship that you gave me back then. And again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing this every day or what, but please um leave a heart emoji or whatever you wanna say or share with the group. um I miss you so much, and yes, I'm happy to be sharing with you this. All right, so you guys take care, you have a wonderful week and month and everything, and I'll see you guys next time. Huh? Take care.